There must be darkness before light can shine. We're giving a voice to the voiceless, and we are honoring those and those left behind who have given the ultimate sacrifice. So we the people, raise up your glass. There will be no fear here, where light is eternal. You have found the two-step tribe. Welcome home.
In the glow of a screen, with hope in our hearts, celebrating freedom, we'll play our parts. From football fields to the ring of a fight, we hold our heads high in this American life. Raise up your glasses and toast to the night. For service and sacrifice we shine a light. With boots on the ground we're proud and we cheer. Together we stand with no room for fear. Here's to the heroes remembered in song. With every sweet note let our spirits grow strong. In unity, laughter, we'll rise and we'll pray for freedom and honor, come what may.
Hey, how is it going out there tonight? It is Two-Step Tribe tonight with Uncle Rhino. How are you tonight, Uncle Rhino?
I'm doing good, love. Shaking off the T3R awards. How about you?
I think I'm doing the same pretty much. I've lost my voice, everybody out there. Please share, say hi, subscribe, like, tap the button, hit the bell, go to YouTube, wherever you're at. You're watching us live on the broadcast, podcast, radio. Shout out to all of you. Yes, so the recent awards that we went to, we had a lot happen this week. We had a lot of people we have been in front of is what we call tribe. And a lot of people ask me, Tracy, what is tribe? And I said, tribe is our independent community of artists coming together, whether you're someone in radio, you're someone that's singing, writing. There are various independent people who literally are coming together, and it's a movement is what it is. It is a music movement. So we want to say thank you. Please like, share, and follow Two-Step Tribe. We'll be with you on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. We do have our Wednesday Warrior Show and a surprise music review show on late night Wednesday nights. Uncle Rhino, what is up? You hear my voice is all gone, and you're the one that knows why.
Yeah, you got rowdy. I'm proud of you. Yeah, I was a bad influence. Hey, on the subject of tribe, you know, that comes from an old African proverb of alone I go faster, but together we go farther. And that's really where that thought process comes from. There's a lot of people, if you don't understand it, you won't ever understand it. Or at least you might when it's too late. You know, nobody by themselves, they can move quickly, but eventually they run out of options. When you have a big enough tribe and a big enough family and all your relationships are built on consistency and respect of each other, you don't ever run out of options. Everybody's coming up with options for you, and you're coming up with options for everybody else. And that becomes prosperity. It becomes security. It becomes joy. I mean, you enjoy the people that you're working with. They become your friends, your coworkers, your teammates. They keep you going when you're about to give up, and you do the same for them. That's tribe. And, you know, we have some people who are around the peripheral of it that don't understand what it is. They're not paying attention. And so they need to pay attention and they need to soak it up because we're actually tribe is for them. Tribe is for everyone. And those who are part of it, we've got some incredible guests tonight. Both guests, both artists as well as Rusty. They're all 100%. They are 100% tribe, all in. And they make me proud watching them rise and shine just in the in the year it's been since we've been around each other, and I've been able to watch them grow. They've made their uncle extremely proud.
Well, I love it. So, Uncle Rhino, we did just go to the awards. I did not go crazy. So, everyone that's listening to that comment, I definitely didn't go. Trust me, I was at a little
How'd
bit
you
of
do?
an
How'd you do?
attitude.
How'd you didn't do? How'd you didn't show me how you didn't do?
I did not. I actually had a little bit of an attitude because of it. So,
She
um,
read the Bible. She was
uh,
reading the Bible.
yep,
She was
I
just
sat
reading it
there
real loud.
and I was like, "Thou shalt not,"
Yeah, yeah. or that, or that, or
or
that. Yeah,
that.
yes. She was
Yeah.
good, y'all. She was good.
No, we actually got to meet with a lot of the tribe. We have a lot of stuff coming to you based on some things that we were doing, not just with the award ceremony we were at, but thank you to Texas Regional Radio Music Awards. Thank you to Mrs. Cindy and all of those that are there, Dave, the ones who make things happen and make that work, the ones who've been so good to me. Thank you again. Thank you, and a shout out to Miss Mary and the things that we are working on. So we have a lot coming to you, right? We got a lot going on with the CMAs as well. So we got a lot of surprises. Tonight, our guest is Miss Katie Beth, and we can't wait to bring her up. Miss Katie Beth is part of Tribe and has a beautiful, beautiful voice. More
Phenomenal.
than that, she's an unbelievable person, mother, and just altogether woman. Like, I love it when I meet other females and then they look and they lift up and they inspire and they give that over and they say, you know, let's lift each other up. So I love that. You know, I really want to see more of that happening out there. So I did meet quite a lot of people there, but you know, I was very happy when I would meet, and I guess it comes with age, you know. So I would meet, not that Katie and I are old or anything, but what I'm saying is we're moms and we're not young, but
You know what matters?
what
You
does?
know what matters. It's real simple. You know what matters. When you know what matters, I mean, the other stuff, the shiny and the sparkle is cool and you can appreciate it, but that's not the real meat on the bone, and that's not going to get you there and hold you. It might be something pretty when you see somebody, but how many times have we been around artists in the music business who were artificially created, didn't put the work in? They were carried, anointed, and appointed, and they don't appreciate the people, and they don't know how to relate or connect with other regular people because their feet never had to touch the ground. You know, Katie's not that way. Her and her husband Rusty are down in it. They are getting it. They are grinding it out. They're doing the booking. They're pushing their own promotion. They also have a radio promoter who's a great guy. They're out there pushing, doing all their stuff, but they don't ask anybody to do anything for them they're not willing to do for themselves. And that's a real human being. That's a real teammate. That's a real artist.
You got it. Well, Miss Katie Beth is ready to come to us right now on Two Step Tribe here tonight, and the production is Pages Inside the Wire Productions with Heroes Media. Shout out to you. We heard from them tonight. We definitely want to say thank you to you as well. On the stage tonight is Miss Katie Beth and Rusty. Man, how are y'all doing?
Hey,
Good.
guys.
Can y'all hear us better on this?
Y'all sound beautiful.
All right.
Awesome.
You did. I'm glad.
How are you
Everybody's
guys
in
doing?
t-shirts. I
you.
am doing
This
good.
is our ranch t-shirt.
What is yours?
It's our ranch t-shirt. The Rockin'
Love
M
it.
ranch.
I love it. It looked like it said an F right there. I was like, is that what that's like? I don't think so.
Rusty's wearing an EMP Studios one.
Oh,
Representing
there you
them.
go.
Shout out to Omar. Give him
Shout
some
out to
love.
Omar, man.
Yeah, they're all like, who's that?
EMP Studios. Yep.
Yeah.
They've partnered. They're part of the tribe too. They're over there in Fort Worth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, shout out. So tonight with Katie Beth, let's focus on some music here and Katie Beth and what you're doing, Katie. So it's nice to see you again. We all got to see each other in person recently. Katie and Rusty, you both have been from Houston at Springboard, and then from Springboard to Arlington, Texas, to the awards where we all met up. So how are you doing? And let me know what is going on with some music.
So we've been home for yesterday and today, and then tomorrow we go back on tour. So we've been home not even 48 hours and have to go back, on tour. So
Yeah.
we get to go back on tour, I should say that. But yeah, I don't know what day it is or where we're at this point.
I know it's a Thursday because we're on the show. So I know that when I got home on Wednesday, what is it? When I got home, I just know that between everything, I was like, okay. Whew. How are you, where are you going to play at then, Katie? Where are you headed to next?
Tomorrow we're going on tour to Big Spring, Texas.
Okay. And Katie,
the Crossroads Saloon. Can you hear me?
You cut out a little, so
okay. I can hear you now. Sorry. So
you're
we'll
going
be
to Big Springs.
Yes, at the Crossroads Saloon tomorrow. And then the next day we'll be on tour in New Mexico. So that'll be fun. We'll be in Clovis at the Rails. Okay. So that'll be fun. And we'll do a turn and burn back to the ranch house. I know our kids came home today and they were from their dad's from yesterday. They had to go to Elk City to go pick up a puppy. And they said, are we going anywhere tomorrow? I said, yeah, we're going back on tour. And they're like, you got to be crapping me. I'm like, welcome to being famous.
Yeah, there you go. That's how it works. Tell us about your music, because the last time that I got to meet you, it's been a while. You actually got to come on our Wednesday Warriors show. Which is known more as Patriots Inside the Wire, because Rusty here is a veteran. So thank you again for your service there, Rusty. You're also in the band, obviously, and obviously together. So Katie, Beth, and Rusty, same last name.
Obviously.
Yes. Obviously, I hope. Yeah. So I'd love to know about your music. What's going on?
So right now we're actually cutting a full album in the studio. We just got done with a few different songs, and we're about to add some more to it so we can release a full album. So that'll be pretty quickly. Hopefully by the summertime we'll have the full album cut. We're fixing to release a remake song that I made. I decided to do a remake of Neon Moon by Brooks and Dunn, and it sounds beautiful. It's got Spanish guitar in it, and it's a very romantic take kind of on the song, and it almost sounds kind of like something you'd listen to during the summer when you're boating, or out on a yacht or something. So it sounds
Buffett vibes.
Yeah, it's got Jimmy Buffett vibes to it, so it's very good.
There you go. Real quick, Katie, where do you like to refer people to find you? Do you say go to Instagram, find me here? Do you say go to my website? Where would you like people to go?
Probably, I don't know. What do you think?
If you go to the website, katiebethmihm.com,
it'll take you to all our other stuff. You can get to
all the socials and all the streaming.
You got it.
So katiebethmihm.com, or on Instagram, it's Katie Beth and Coyote Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On TikTok, it's Katie Beth, I think, and Coyote Rose. Yeah. So, and Facebook is Katie Beth Mihm on Facebook. So,
but just know sometimes you're talking to me. So for the dudes trying to send things in DMs, you might get a butthole picture back.
Yeah.
That's real Christian, Rusty. That's real Christian.
Hey, I have to deal with some weirdos sometimes, and I'm glad that my husband is there to protect me and intercept those messages for me. So.
I only had it happen once, but I was so proud. I came and told Tracy I had somebody ask me if I wanted to be a sugar baby, and I reread that again, and I read it again. Then I answered them back, how much we talking, right? Yeah. Yeah. Then she busted my bubble and said that wasn't even a real person. I'm like, God.
Yeah, those are those bots. Yep. trying to get you with the ads, but no, I understand, Katie. So, social media, while I love it, it is also something that I try to stay away from unless I am doing something like this. So, it has its advantages, and then it also has its disadvantages. Tell us about your music and influences and what you've got going on right now on the charts.
Sure. So my music that I do is country music, and I do some Americana, type vibes to it. I don't know, really, like, I think I kind of came in the game and everybody didn't know where to put me or what I'm doing. So I'm kind of super unique. So I don't want to put myself in a box because I'm my own thing.
American made music.
American made music. Yeah.
I actually do have an account called that. That's funny you said that. I do have one. It's all American made.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. My music is great because every song that I write sounds completely different. Everything I do is a life experience I've been through personally. I want to definitely connect with my audience and make an impact and make a difference. I want to appeal to everybody, not just, a certain.
Yeah.
I don't want to, deal with just a certain group of people. So I try to make every song a lot different as far as like my melodies are different or my instruments are different, but still keeping my Katie Beth vibes, to it. So there's that. But
where is your influence from, Katie? Like, what influences you in your music?
Whenever I was growing up, when I was little, my dad would only let me listen to certain musicians. Like for the longest time, whenever I was little bitty, I remember my dad, I had a little, I don't remember what they were called. They were some kind of little like cassette tape holder bag that you would take around with you
had a
and
cassette
stuff.
tape player in it.
Right.
Yeah.
But my dad would only let me get Elvis Presley tapes. And so I had like everything of Elvis Presley. Well, then it changed to where I could get like, like at the truck stops or something, or the gas stations, you'd get those little cassette tapes that were of different people. And it was like a compilation of like 20 best songs or whatever. But it would have like Little Richie on it and like Fats Domino and people like that. So, or Patsy Cline or, things like that. So or Conway Twitty. I listened to Bread, I remember listening to that. But my dad always told me that if I didn't listen to old school country or old school music and I listened to the new stuff, that it never told a story. He was a big storytelling guy. He's like, you need to listen to something that has some soul and some story in it. He's like I remember listening to Freddie Fender all the time and stuff. And so I'd go to school and the kids, I'd be like, oh, this song's so cool. You need to hear it. And they'd be like, who is that? That's stupid. Like, why do you listen to that? Yeah. It helps shape me to who I am. I remember one time we were driving in the car and I wanted to turn on, I think it was George Strait or Garth Brooks or something. And my dad's like, oh, turn that off. That guy can't tell stories or whatever. He's not got any soul in his music. So, anyway, yeah. So I was like the most uncoolest little kid ever in my class, probably. But no, I think listening to like Patsy Cline and Johnny Cash and oh God. I mean, just different people like that from that time. Dwight Yoakam, yeah, a huge Dwight Yoakam fan. We always joke. I got to tell y'all the story real fast. So y'all know who Randall King is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so his mama and my mama are best friends.
Oh.
And so I laugh because my mom told me a story one time. Whenever she was pregnant with me, her and his mom went to a Dwight Yoakam concert when my mom was like 7 months pregnant with me. So both of them had their Dwight Yoakam t-shirts on, and so I joke about it with them now because I'm like, is that weird that me and Randall both turned out to be singers and y'all took us to those concerts when y'all were pregnant with us, and here we are now. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a funny thing, but
That's all-
and
I love that.
as far as our music goes right now, currently our new single is Here I Go. It is blazing up the charts, you know, and people are loving it. I wrote that song about, that song's about being married, and, you know, marriage is obviously not always easy. And if you love somebody enough, just putting the effort in and staying and making things work out. And that's kind of what that song is about.
It's a
We
good
just
one.
got a
That's a good one for
guess it.
everybody.
Yesterday that it's blowing up on the charts in Europe.
In England.
I don't know if it's England. I think it's just like Europe.
They're gonna. You're perfect for UK, Spain, Lithuania,
The radio
Germany.
contacted me was from Italy. So
Well, yes. Italy is a huge American country music fan base, and then Australia. It would blow your mind, but Australia absolutely loves country music. So, and y'all stuff is like, bam, you're like right there. So
Right.
there you're right in that sweet spot.
Well, it still amazes me, you know, going from being a small town girl in the middle of nowhere to now we're all over the world, our music. Like that just amazes me. Like, praise God for that, because it blows me away thinking about that people in the Netherlands are listening to us, or Japan, you know. I'm like, that's crazy.
You can't say you're the uncoolest kid in the class anymore.
Yeah, it worked out in my favor, man. So if
I love that. I love it. We
Yes,
have a lot. We have your music here too. So I have several. We're on multiple channels, so I'm making sure I answer people and say thank you for tuning in. I actually do have. I have Here I Go. That's the person you've already mentioned. I have that in here. And here in the next half of our show, we will be pulling up Celeste. Celeste Wilson is part of what we call Tribe in our music family. So we'll be pulling her up too.
she is so much fun. I have so much fun when I see her and we're hanging out together. She's a blast.
Well, I'm going to end up pulling her in a minute. She's actually backstage right now. So since we all know each other, I'm going to end up pulling her up here in a second.
Yeah. When you're ready, go ahead.
Okay. What I thought I'd do though is at least get one of your songs to play first and grab that. And as I was talking with both of you earlier, you know what I've got in here. And so as far as what you want me to play first, I always refer to you like, do you want Here I Go first?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's rock it out, man.
Let's do it. I'm going to pull up Here I Go by Katie Beth right here, who is on screen with us. And stay tuned. We've got more music along with Miss Celeste Wilson with Uncle Rhino and I right here on Two Step Tribe. Here I Go.
sense until they walk in your shoes. It won't make any sense if you stay or if you go. Forgiveness only you can show. Walking away, you chose your heart, so take a new start. So here I go, walking away. My heart breaks when you beg me to stay. Here I go, walking away. Might be better off without me at the end of the day. Here I go, 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 go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was gonna let Uncles you talk first. I could see you.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
love that song. I love that girl. I love her husband. I love everything about this team. The spirit, your heart. That's what I met first. I met your music second. I'd heard some of your stuff on social media, but it's like I told you, when people get to meet you, when people get to know you, that's what they're going to fall in love with, because you are better than this business deserves, but exactly what it needs. That's what you are.
Woo!
Thank you.
Yay,
That's
good
like
people.
That's a whole good old plaque saying right there.
Mhm.
Well, I love it. Like every bit of your voice is soothing, calming. It's just, I love your voice. It's just very good. I see why you were saying that earlier, Uncle Rhino. I do see a duet piece like you were talking about. I love your voice, Katie. And
Thank
of
you.
course, we have more in here. And I did do a shout out. I want to do it again really quick from all of us. Shout out to 107.5 right now, y'all, to Mr. Rob, who is recovering right now in his surgery and has been so good to the tribe. More than 60 stations worldwide. Our shows are on. We've got 5 shows with just that one station, which then goes around to multiple stations. So we have to do a shout out, say quick recoveries to our friend at 107.5. We love you for all that you do, and we will talk to you soon. Got that one. So I had to make sure we did that while we were all up there. He was in the middle of surgery, everybody. So he's doing
Aw.
well, and we are thankful for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Katie, you wrote every bit of that song yourself, and you do pretty much all your songwriting, if I'm right.
Yes, ma'am. So I have one song that we just got done doing that I didn't write. It was pitched to us, but everything else was me. Rusty came up. You came up with the guitar piece for that, didn't you?
For
That's
here I
the
go.
secret weapon right there, that one.
Yeah, right there is the secret weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, I wrote the guitar
Right
stuff
there.
for that.
Say how he did that. He said, "Yeah, yeah. I'm kind of a big deal around here. I wrote that one part right there."
It just happened by chance.
No.
Well, and Katie, so you play too. So you play multiple instruments. And so you're the other person outside of me. I've been going on going, I want the dulcimer. I want to play my dulcimer. And they're like, why? I'm
Everybody,
like,
whenever we went to T3R, everybody had a fit over my dulcimer. They're like, you have to get it out. So then we all know that turned into a guitar session till like 3 or 4 a.m. in the hotel lobby. So I got to sing with some great people. And funny enough, I know like at the T3R Awards, you know, we had sat down with CW and with Sundance Head, and we were all eating burritos
Taco Bell.
in the middle of the night, playing guitar and eating Taco Bell. So
Thank
they
you,
were-
Randy. Randy donated brother Randy donated the Taco Bell for us, so he
Bell.
kept us from
Actually, that
dying.
one
Yeah.
was Katie. There were
Was
two
it?
different times. Yeah, there were two
No, it was
different
me.
times.
I bought it
That
all
was
for
crazy.
everybody.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
That was the
Taco
second
Bell made
time.
out like a bandit. Okay.
Yeah. There were
No,
two
yeah.
times.
We were sitting there playing, and I was like, man, I'm really hungry. And so we called the Uber Eats or whatever, and for Taco Bell, and they delivered because that was the only place that was open in the middle of the night, you know.
Yep.
So anyway,
Yeah.
we ate. I think we ordered like 12 or more burritos and was handing them out to everybody in the song
Yeah.
circle because we were all hungry.
I loved it. Somebody had walked up to me. I left when you were doing that part. I was leaving, but prior to that, a whole different group that was playing over at another section. I think you had gone up for a little bit to grab your kiddo. I was in that section, all sitting around singing and doing things. Same thing happened. Randy walks in. That's what you're talking about. For I know anybody what he had quesadilla, anything you could get at Taco Bell. I ended up with this squished.
Man, he was
quesadilla
cooler.
thing. Yeah,
All I
in
got
my
was bean
purse.
burritos for everybody. I was being cheap.
Yeah, it was. I don't know what it was, but it was in my purse all mangled when I got back, and I was like, I think I ate 3 cashews the whole time, and a little piece of bacon. I was like, man, and I'm an eater. So we're planning that better next time we go on a trip. We're gonna have to sit down and have some food, like, or I'm skipping to Waffle House. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not. I like. That's what I did it last year, but it was great to watch. I did see you, CW. I love them. Amazing, know him well. You were
He's
sitting over
so
there,
cool.
Sundance, and then you had the
Sundance
others
is
over in
so
another
good.
circle. And so
Yeah.
then you have you over here, and people are singing, and not like you're normally going to get that experience, right? So here you've got one group over here singing in the ultimate experience, and then you go over to another section, all in the lobby too. So you walk over. So it was amazing to just sit there and go, you're not going to get this anymore. So you might as well stay up and like enjoy it, because to get every one of those people in a room to experience what happens and just having fun with music and passing instruments around, that part was great. So yeah, that was a trip. We'll have to see. Like, I've got a ton of pictures, but yes, you were sitting there, Sundance, CW, you, Rusty, your kiddo, and Taco Bell.
Yes, you were eating a bunch of burritos.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Sure
we were
was.
also sitting
There's
with
Texas Brew saying
with,
hi. Hi,
Carson
Texas
Clay.
Brew. Happy birthday. We had
Yeah.
a birthday in the house yesterday for Texas Brew, so shout out, happy birthday to you.
Happy
And
birthday, Cynthia.
right, I got to hang with them the last night we were there. I don't know where everybody was, but somehow I ended up hanging, and a lot of people singing, a lot of fun, and I actually was hanging with Texas Brew and several others. So that was a lot of fun. So yes, thank you, and congrats to all you're doing as well. As far as your music, I'm going to grab Mrs. Celeste, because I still have more of your music as well, Katie. But I want to bring Celeste on up into the show here, everyone. We're on Two Step Tribe right now, which is a production of Patriots Inside the Wire. We do want to say through Heroes Media Group, 107.5 The Swamp, Texas Brew Radio. We will be getting with you. We need to get our stuff on there too. But you are Tribe with us, and True Grit Radio. Right now, let's get Celeste Wilson. Pull you up right here. Here we go, Miss Celeste.
Boom.
How are you doing, dear?
Good. I have a cold, but I took a lot of cold medicine and I'm drinking a lot of tea, so I'm praying none of y'all know this.
We will.
You're doing great. My voice is going, so we're all just doing great. We're all in here.
We need a nap and we need a sandwich.
Oh,
Yeah.
This can be called the morning after the night before. That's what this is. So, yeah, this is the aftermath of the T3R awards. And now when you get up the next day and everybody's wearing shades like their uncle, you know you had a wonderful time the night before. It was fabulous.
Absolutely.
I had to work the next day.
He had to come home and work
And
the next day.
everybody's like, where the hell have you been? We've seen you on TV or the internet in Houston.
Everywhere.
Dallas. I'm like, everywhere.
You running my schedule now. What you think about it?
It's tough, but I'll make it.
Yes, sir. You make it look good.
Yeah.
Well,
Sweet.
we love it. So as we get more into music, so we've got Celeste, you too. You were out running around. So you were out in Houston too at Springboard there in Houston, Texas with the crew here. While I was the whole week up in Dallas, Fort Worth. So you got a cold. Everybody's running a little bit on empty, but the good news is I have your songs in here.
that is good.
Yeah, that's the good news. And Katie, I still have, I want to get to these other ones for you too. Randy, I can only imagine Rusty. We got so many Randys, y'all, up there at the freaking shows. I'm not kidding.
For the listeners, the listeners don't understand. All you guys, by the second day, all of y'all's check engine light was on by the second day. I'm at the age where mine stays on, so it didn't do anything to me. I just kept right on putting. My check engine light's been on for 5 years. So I mean that's the that's the way I operate. So y'all all see what I feel like every day now.
Before the show, I completely wanted to call roadside assistance. Like I was feeling
Yes.
Trust me, I understand it. No, I'm not kidding you. I don't know what it was this year, but there were like 5 freaking Randys. I'm like, it's Rusty, number one. I know that for a fact. So I apologize there. But we were talking about some things earlier, and that's what got me. But I promise you, I don't know what it was this year. It was like, where did y'all come from? I don't know if it was an age thing or what it was. Like all the mamas named their babies Randy. I don't know. Randy Travis. I don't know what it was. It was something. Where we were all at. So we're all talking about music. We're all talking about where we've been and the things we're doing. It's independent music, the movement of artists compiling with each other to make a movement in the independent artist lane. And we also want you to remember to make a playlist. In the digital era of music, you can come across this right now and say, hey, I want to go hear Katie Beth's music. Here I go. You go get that. Don't just play that music. Don't play the song. Put it on a playlist. And now you've got a piece of helping an artist. That's how you help your artist. And even more so than that. But that's the first thing that you do. So please do that so much. Oh, we have one that's saying, I'm almost feeling human again. Yeah, I know that feeling. I think
Almost.
Girl, I feel you.
I'm feeling robotic.
The struggle is real for sure.
I am feeling robotic. I'll just say that. I did have a whole lot of, it's like I got a whole lot of fun dancing and hanging out. Thank you. Most definitely. That last night I was done with all the business. Had so many wonderful things that we have coming up, y'all, in the works for all of us here. You know, everyone on this screen right now is Tribe. We have a lot of other people. It takes everyone out there. So even if you're not in music, we need you. Pay attention to the shows, pay attention to the music. You get great information, music, the stories behind the music, and the shows and what's going on. So we do have something coming up. We'll start talking more about it later, but it is a sealed deal with the CMAs that we're very, very, very excited about. So I'll be sure to make sure that y'all know about it on Tribe before we do a full announcement. So Katie, I am looking at your music because I've got Miss Celeste here too, but I am looking, and I gotta ask you this because I've had it. Jesus and John Wayne. Give me the story. I want to know. Don't tell me grilled cheese.
No. So whenever I wrote Jesus and John Wayne, Rusty had asked me, he's like, hey, why don't you write a song about like our childhood? So I was like, okay. So we started talking, and visiting about that. And he told me this story of he wanted to be a pro bull rider. Like he was just had it in his mind when he was a kid, he was going to be a pro bull rider. And so when he was in high school, he kind of convinced his dad to, because he asked his dad, he's like, can I please ride bulls? His dad's like, absolutely not. You'll kill yourself. Like, no. So Rusty, being the sneaky little kid that he was, figured out that if he had his dad take him to livestock shows, he could show cattle and he'd be in the vicinity of a rodeo. And so he'd go ahead and pay his dues before, like pay his entry fees beforehand. And then his dad, was like, hey, I'm going to drop you off at the show and then I'll be back later. Right. Because everybody's parents kind of did that when we were younger. And so, so his dad would drop him off at the show. Well, he'd show his cattle, and then him being sneaky, he'd go off and he'd be in the rodeo and he'd ride bulls. So by the time his dad got back to pick him up, he acted like nothing ever happened. And so his dad never knew that he was actually riding bulls.
You never got caught?
No. He didn't. So I decided to write this song. I remember when I was a little girl, I would sit with my dad and I'd watch Westerns like on Saturdays or Sundays. We'd watch like spaghetti Westerns all day long. And then we'd watch football, And
I watched a lot of John Wayne. I grew up watching John Wayne.
Yeah.
And it was always John Wayne movies. And I know like whenever I was little, my dad always put an emphasis on John Wayne. Like, oh, he's just a good guy, and he's And so I wrote Jesus and John Wayne. So the second verse of that song is actually about Rusty getting into trouble and riding bulls and stuff. But yeah, so it's just about, it applies to all of us whenever we were all little, things were slower. We didn't have social media, we didn't really watch the news a whole lot. We just took, more family days and things like that. So this is kind of really your all-American type of song of family and reminiscing when you were younger. So anyway.
I love it.
Yeah.
So Jesus and John Wayne is between the both of you in your childhood, and Rusty sneaking off to ride bulls. And you had to be hurting getting in that truck or car, I'm sure, many times. I don't know how you pulled that off, but you did. That means you're damn good at being sneaky. Is what that means. So that is Jesus and John Wayne. What do you say, Uncle Rhino? You want me to grab it?
Let's let her buck.
Let's do it. This is Jesus and John Wayne, again by Katie Beth Mihm, and that's M-I-H-M. Katie Beth Mihm. Jesus and John Wayne.
Jesus and John Wayne, where we read the paper every day for news, where we couldn't lose, and social media wasn't a thing. I just want to get back. I remember the world a different way, where I was watching westerns and saying grace with my old cap gun, and it was fun. A memory on the run. I just want to get back to Jesus and John Wayne, when we read the paper every day for news, where we couldn't lose, and social media wasn't a thing. I just want to get back to Jesus and John Wayne. I was supposed to be at the county show. I'd show real fast and sneak off to the rodeo. I'd rosin up my rope, say, okay, boys, don't let my daddy know. I just wanna get back to Jesus and John Wayne, where we read the paper every day for news, where we couldn't lose, and social media wasn't a thing. I just wanna get back to Jesus and John Wayne, in a world that forgot the cowboy way. I won't stand up for my rights and say, give me Jesus and John Wayne, where we read the paper every day for news, where we couldn't lose, and social media wasn't a thing. Give me Jesus and John Wayne, where we read the paper every day for news, where we couldn't lose, and social media wasn't a thing. I just wanna get back to Jesus and John Wayne. Ooh, Jesus and John Wayne. Jesus and John Wayne.
Woo. First up,
Yeah, I mean that's Americana all the way. You know, it's the western side of it, but it is. And Celeste, she's young enough that she doesn't remember a world without those things. But well, you don't. I mean, it's a different reality, but it's something that was something really cool about the simplicity. And it's not. I grew up hearing the old folks saying, man, things were better when blah, blah, blah. And every generation says that each time, but yet we still embrace the new technology every time. And, I I think it's amazing the world that Celeste and her generation has now. And at the same time, it makes me sad because Katie, Beth, Rusty, and Celeste, you guys will never know what we had. And the freedom that we had, and summer lasted forever, and just it was just a whole different existence, And so you're tapping into some of that, for your era and your generation. You're tapping into what you can remember of the simplicity. I think it's beautiful.
Thank you. We also have I also have another channel called Farm Fed. It's all capitalized on Facebook, where me and Rusty teach people how to do homesteading. We live on a ranch, and so we show people how to do homesteading stuff. But I kind of thought about that a lot, like when we're home, we like to live a really slow lifestyle. Like, I know it drives him crazy, but I won't answer my cell phone for like a week or something. And that's just because I don't want it when I'm home. We close the gates, to the ranch, and it's like we're in our own little bubble out here. So
yeah, I do that.
I don't mind that she don't answer her cell phone. I mind that everybody calls me in the world looking for it.
Well,
I completely go MIA when I'm home. Okay. I've got stuff to do around here because I'm the ranch foreman at our ranch. And so that, like, I'm busy. I wake up at 5 a.m. and I'm busy all day long, So anyway.
Well, more power to you. I have to unplug for many, many reasons, but I do. I will literally, my son even does it. Uncle Rhino, we had to talk about that. He's just not your typical teenager that has to have a phone and all that. And I'm like, thank you, except there might be a day that I need him to have it. So I'm trying to find that balance where I'm pushing him to have it. So I
tell you what, we have a house phone for that.
Yeah. I
If
got
you need
rid of
me,
it.
call me
But
on
yeah,
the house phone.
yeah, that's not a bad idea. I did get rid of that. But and I did get to meet your son there too as well. Very well behaved, and I'm sure like
Beautiful young man.
looking
Thank
around
you.
going, what are all these
I was
adults
just
doing?
one of them.
That was one of them. His brother was upstairs. He was asleep. He was being a party pooper.
Yeah, well,
He was unplugging.
he was unplugged. Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
like that. We're gonna do a session of unplugged, music unplugged. And like I was telling Uncle Rhino, I forgot who you were talking to, and we got someone coming on. We were talking about MTV, and I'm like, you do understand that we're MTP in the house here. MTP, Music Tribe Podcast. So we are MTP over here in this house. So that house, this house, that house, as far as that goes, with radio, broadcasting, podcasting, you name it. And really that P is for podcasting. But again, radio, podcast, broadcast. So we got a great call today. Katie, you got another one in here that I want to ask you about.
Tracy, let's mix it up since we got Celeste in here. Yeah, let's mix it up while we got Celeste. Let's pivot over and and bring Celeste into the party before she goes to sleep. I thought I saw it. Yeah, there she goes. She's down. Celeste down. Yeah,
She's
yeah.
just a baby.
She's just a baby.
Your hair looks amazing. I was gonna say that. I was like,
So
you
my
have
mom,
beautiful.
she's got these big rollers, and I always try to get my hair to go up, but I never can because I just don't know how. And she's like, I'm from the 80s. I know how to do it. And then she's like, I got all these rollers in and pins in. And so now I've got nice hair.
Well, next time I go somewhere, we're gonna get your mom, and she's gonna start doing hair for us.
She's
Celeste.
at it. She was a runway model when she was younger, when she was around my age.
Yeah, she's got like sorcery. Missy can do anything.
Well, maybe we can
Celeste,
get us
I'll
some
tell you
hair
a
and makeup,
secret.
Katie.
What's your secret?
Aquanet.
What is that?
Aquanet
Oh
is
my
a very
God.
powerful hairspray for
Hey,
your
what is
hair
that?
for those curls.
She said, "What
From
is
the
that?"
80s.
They used Aquanet to set the stones of the Great Pyramid. I mean, that's how good it holds.
It's
Yeah.
hairspray that you can
Aquanet's
kill.
what
You
made
like put
Motley
a
Crue
lighter, and I'm
famous.
just like a blowtorch.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't tell them that. We figured that out in the 80s. They don't need to know all that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say is you'd always hear ladies at the hair salon, they'd be smoking back in the old days in the hair
Oh
salons.
my
And
God.
they'd be careful not to spray the Aquanet and then light a cigarette because everything would go up in flames. So
Yeah. They would all stop breathing soon as Pearl pulled out the big can. Everybody would stop inhaling or exhaling. And then the smokestacks would fire back up. Yep.
I think there could be a cool song written about that.
Could be Aquanet.
Stop, drop, and roll. Yeah.
Nope. Well, I was gonna say all the hens, because remember they would call the ladies the hens in the hair salon. Like that could be a thing. That
The
could be a
blue
cool
hairs.
song.
Aquanet and cigarettes.
Aquanets and cigarettes.
Oh my God.
I like it. I like it. The blue hairs. I like it.
The purple.
Now
hair.
everybody's got blue hair. Used to be you had to pass 82 to be authorized to have blue hair. Now you have people at 22.
That's a different kind of blue hair.
Mm.
So Celeste, this started because you were talking about your mom and hair and big rollers, and your hair looks amazing, but you actually can sing. So you were just at Springboard as well in Houston at a music festival there with Katie, Beth, and Rusty as well. And how did you like Springboard? Did you get to learn quite a bit going there?
I did. It's my 3rd year. And fun fact about me and Katie Beth, we saw each other 2 weekends in a row. So we're best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, maybe I'm going to see her again this weekend somehow.
Mhm.
I had the best time with her. I think we're like soul sisters because we both use 3 names. But
Oh, yeah.
I Springboard. I had a great time. I love talking to people. I'm very chatty most of the time. Sometimes I say more than I should, but That's why my mom's there, so she can look at me like, "What are you saying?" I can shut up.
You're
That's
shining. You're not saying anything. You're shining, and you're beautiful.
You
I
are.
always tell her and tell people whenever she walks in a room, she's like pure sunshine, like all the time. I love it.
But my
Sometimes it's supernova, but yeah, it's sunshine. Yeah. We're gonna die. Yeah.
last
It's
time,
Armageddon all over again.
Yeah. Oh my God.
every time I have a cold, I accidentally take too much cold medicine because I don't remember when I took it last. And last time I did it, I was in college, and I took 4 NyQuils. And then
She starts giggling.
Don't do that.
I emailed professors because I was not going to get my homework in on time, and their names were Dr. Murfin and Mr. Martinez. And I emailed them, "Dear Dr. Muffin and Mr. Martini."
Yeah, that was the cold medicine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get in trouble, but now every time I'm sick, I think of that.
Yeah.
Every time I see you, I'm gonna think of that.
Mhm.
Dr. Muffin.
Aging
Never
Dr.
take a
Martinez.
whole bunch of NyQuil. Just a disclaimer out there from the show.
Yes. PSA.
Just a little PSA for everybody out there. Celeste, I have a question. You don't have to answer it because you just said something and I didn't know. Are you about what age range are you?
I'm 21.
Okay, so you are old enough to drink. You're 21.
NyQuil. Yeah.
Not that you need to. That doesn't mean anything. But I actually thought you were a lot younger. So you just have that fresh face. I thought you were younger. So when you said you were emailing your college, I was like, wait a minute. I thought you were in high school.
No, I'm 21. I just have a baby face.
Well, that's a good thing, honey. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. And I have your music here, like Uncle Rhino said, wanting to mix this up. And then what I got from you is, well, you know what? One of these I'm going to let you tell me, but one of them is If I Sin for You. And then the other one, I'm going to let you say the title in which you'd like to have played.
Fairy fruit.
Okay, tell me about this song, because when I got it, I was like, I'm not going to listen because I want to know what the deal is. What is the deal with this song?
So there's a little silly story. The first time I ever danced with a boy, I was 19 years old. I was homeschooled growing up. So I never got, I had a boyfriend, but he never wanted to dance with me. So I just never danced with a boy. And so this first time I danced with a boy, I was like, oh, this is so much fun. I didn't know, are we allowed to do this? And then I got home and I wrote way over dramatized song of stuff that just like flat out wasn't real, because I was like, this is what dancing with a boy is gonna be like when I do it again, which I just haven't. And I like wrote it out and then he texted me over Instagram and was like, oh my gosh, is this song about me? And I was like, yeah. And we never talked again. And but the fairy part comes from Gaelic folklore, in which the Fae, spelled Faerie, will dance with a woman to like steal her soul, which is a little dark. Don't think about it too hard. But the Fae lure women in with fairy fruit and a fairy circle, and they dance. And I thought it was like a fun metaphor to use.
Celeste,
Well,
I thought that song was about you drinking.
I don't say it's about drinking because that's more exciting, and that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I thought it was just all a party song of Celeste getting turned up, is what I thought.
I like to write things sneaky like that so people don't know too much about me.
Yeah.
Celeste only gets 2 turned on NyQuil.
Yeah.
As much as they are so much alike, they are so different. Katie leaned in and goes, "Now, Celeste, I thought that was about you drinking." Okay. Yeah.
Well, the lyrics kind of, simulate that. Yeah.
It says I'm drinking. I say it over and over again.
Right.
Yes.
So I thought she was just drinking that white lightning. I don't know. Like,
It does
Well,
sound like that.
Celeste, and do you like people to go to your Instagram? Where do you like for them to find your music? For Celeste Marie Wilson, let's make sure they know where to find you.
Well, I have a wonderful website
Well, there you go.
It's www.celestemariewilsonmusic.com.
Got it. That's why I got your whole name up here. I knew that. So CelesteMarieWilsonMusic.com, everybody. CelesteMarieWilsonMusic.com. You can check out her music as well. And right here, they are talking about a song that seems to be about a boy and dancing. And now I'm going to understand what Katie's talking about. So I'm going to listen to this with all of you and see what I think about it. Are we
And
ready?
fairies and drinking.
That NyQuil.
Yeah. Damn NyQuil. Yeah.
And it's because when you spell this, it's Faerie. So when you went to spell that, that's why I was like, I'm going to wait and I'm going to listen with you on this one. So I knew there was something to this. Here we go. This is from Celeste Marie Wilson with her song. Say it again, Celeste. The title is
Fairy Fruit.
There you go. There she is. Her song.
I'm drinking fairy fruit every single day. I'm drinking fairy fruit, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Sweeter than honey or berries from the vine, an intoxicating smile that is deliciously divine. Copper, Michelangelo, brighter than the sun. Honey, our fun's just begun. I'm drinking fairy fruit every single day. Oh, I'm drinking fairy fruit, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Eyes are like berries, lips like cherries, a smile that could drive any girl crazy. A glass of lemonade or some pina colada. I can't stop dancing, and I don't want to. I'm drinking fairy fruit every single day. Oh, I'm drinking fairy fruit, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Your hand touching mine, a whisper in the line. Honey, now you're mine. I'm a mess in a dress, and I won't stop to rest. I'm floating on cloud nine. I take you by the hand, you take me by the hips. I never tell another if you kiss my lips. I take you by the hand, you take me by the hips. I never tell another if you kiss my lips. Dancing, dancing, singing, singing, dance till the day we die. Dance till the day we die. Dancing, singing, singing, dancing till the day we die. Every single day, every single day. Very cool, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm drinking berry fruit from the night into the day. Oh, I'm drinking berry fruit. I'm dancing till my dying day.
Mhm.
I'm drinking berry fruit.
Mic on for you. My mic on for you. Celeste, that song, I just listened to it too. It's amazing, number one. But number two, I get it, Katie. Like, I would have thought too that it was all about drinking. I love your voice.
I don't know. Now it's about all drinking, the NyQuil. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's a thing too, maybe. I don't know.
Doing Theraflu shots and everything. Yeah.
Oh, Lord. A little
Somebody
kiss,
make
yes.
this lady a hot toddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
We're going to step away
You know
from the
what that is,
antihistamine.
Celeste, you know what a hot toddy is?
I do. I've had one before. I've had one before. I made it
bet you did.
myself, so it probably wasn't made quite right, but I was guesstimating with my brother.
Or it was made real right, and you were going to email crazy stuff to your professors.
And you get a text from me, and it's weird.
She's NyQuil texting instead of drunk texting.
I absolutely adore this young lady too. I will tell y'all, and to all the listeners, I can say this firsthand. now that Tracy's been able to be, she hasn't been able to spend time one-on-one with Celeste yet, but she has with you, Katie and Rusty. And the same thing is consistent with Celeste and her family. They're absolutely incredibly beautiful people, the whole family. And her brother's an incredible cook. They invited me over for dinner. I had a wonderful, wonderful time with the family, just hanging out, because I'm about that. And Celeste and I had a wonderful time there at the house. And she kept me in stitches the whole time with her Celestisms. She's got them on rapid fire. They don't ever stop. It's pow, pow, pow. So she's an entertainer even when the cameras are off and she's just sitting still.
Yeah.
Celeste isms. I love it. Hey, Delta, what's up? Loved it. Love seeing you. We'll be
Delta
seeing you
Circle.
soon. Yeah, there we go. We'll be seeing you soon. I'll be there so Springboard went off. Wonderful for everyone out there. We'll do a catch up next week. Uncle Rhino and I will about what we did this past week as far as Springboard. But Springboard will be coming up with NOLA. So Louisiana and Memphis. So there'll be 2 more stops that I will be there for those 2 with Uncle Rhino.
We'll have a pickup in Baton Rouge also in between the 2.
We do.
Yeah.
So Henry Turner Jr., just because we're bringing this up, I always bring up the people's names when it's y'all's. I will bring your name up. With Henry Turner Jr., we also have what do I want to call it? We have been offered a couple of different things that we'll do a lot of announcing next week about. So there's multiple festivals coming up. And with Henry Turner Jr., he is also adopting what the CMAs is adopting. And we will be putting that together in Louisiana in the listening room and all the festivals. So we'll be set up in multiple places with something coming up. And Rusty is going to appreciate what it is. And to be quite honest, I'll go ahead and say a little bit. It's going to be, we've decided, after talking to Uncle Rhino today, and I'll get back a hold of them, that it will be called the Sergeant Two-Step Award. And so that award will be given out in the music awards categories and different festivals, and we will be set up as well. So Tribe will be set up as well as for Sergeant Two-Step, and that's going to be about humanitarianism. My country, did y'all just hear that?
Humanitarianism.
Humanitarianism.
Celeste didn't because she fell asleep from a NyQuil overdose, brother.
Don't do that. I'll do a PSA.
It lie right through my ears, Rhino.
Yeah.
When I hear a beautiful woman talk.
Don't go in the light, Carol Ann. That's all I can tell you. Stay away from the TV.
She's looking. She has no clue what you're talking about.
She knows it's a historical figure. That's all that matters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
I'll fill you in, Celeste. It's an old movie. It's a little bit from an old movie. I apologize. What? It's called Poltergeist, where a little girl sat in front of a TV and got sucked in it.
Oh, I know that. And I watched that this Halloween. I fell asleep during it.
It was the NyQuil.
It's the NyQuil, and you got to stay off that NyQuil, girl.
Actually,
back to music over here. Love it. I'm glad I waited to hear that one because I agree, Katie. I would have been like, oh, that's all about like going out and having some fun, having a good drink. So I love that, Celeste. I bet you had fun. And you wrote that yourself, Celeste?
Yes, I wrote it alone in 15 minutes in front of my dad. My dad was like, what are you saying? And I just kept writing it.
Best kind. Those are the best kind. They sure are.
Celeste, and then, on a NyQuil trip.
And yeah, okay, more NyQuil, everybody.
I'm teasing.
You almost got Uncle Rhino up there.
Yeah, I love her dad. He needs to be hugged regularly. That man has got he got a lot going on. He needs our support.
I was clutching his pearls.
Yeah.
Everybody got quiet on that one. All right, let's get back to the music. Here we go. I got it going. We're on Two-Step Tribe tonight with Miss Katie Beth Mihm and Rusty Mihm with Celeste Marie Wilson, both musicians, singers, songwriters with Patriots Inside the Wire Productions, hosted by Uncle Rhino. Tracy Two Step, bringing you tonight some great music, independent artists, everybody grabbing each other in the music, in the movement, and the stories that make up our communities and the relationships to move each other in a higher, elevated platform of supporting your community. Thank you for being here with us, and we are supporting every one of you out there. And yes, I am skirting over what they just said so that you all understand that you are listening to us on this station. And we are giving you a PSA right now to say NyQuil is not our sponsor. That's literally in my notes.
It absolutely
But
is not.
should, because at some point
I'm
during
not
the year, we
kidding.
all use NyQuil. Okay.
I swear it's in my notes. I said it. NyQuil is not a sponsor.
Hey,
Got that message.
I wanted to ask Celeste, I don't know if you can talk about it, but I know that y'all shot a pilot recently, didn't you?
I did. I'm not really supposed to talk about it, but if you press me hard enough, I'll say anything, even if I'm signing something or not. So,
It's not Disney, is it? It's not a Disney show, or it's like a music
no,
thing.
it's just like a little pilot. They kind of filmed it and they're pitching it to people.
Okay. Sounds good to me. What part of the world are you at permanently, Celeste? Where do you call home? What part of the United States?
Montgomery, Texas. Woo!
You're not that far from me. Okay. I love that. All right. So, Katie Beth, I have, you know what I've got in here,
Yes,
and I want to ask you about it, and Celeste about your other one too. So stick with us. Don't fall asleep on that NyQuil, or if you do, we'll cover you. Katie, I literally have a message. I'm not kidding. They're like, quit singing. We don't get paid. I'm like, dang it, I don't get paid right now, and all I can say whatever I want.
NyQuil.
We will take sponsors. If they'd like to be a sponsor, you can reach out to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I need them.
Yeah, I will definitely do it. So for the show to travel, in order to get every one of you up on that stage and do what we want to do as Tribe, we'll get more into it with Uncle Rhino next week on what we're up to, which then will pull everybody into now. Others in Tribe, I can't promise everybody, but others in Tribe, wherever they fit within which state and category of a festival we're in, will be able to pull with us. So we are very excited about that. Excited about adding more radio stations and production. So we have quite a bit in the works. So we got a lot coming up, Celeste. So we love having you. Katie, you know where I'm going to go. I'm going to go to Katie Beth Mihm's song right here, Dark End of the Gun. I'm switching it up. What do we got going with this song, Katie Beth?
So that song is actually, that's kind of my patriot type of song for servicemen and things like that. So my husband served in the Marines, and he served in Iraq, and he's a sergeant in the Marines. And he asked me one day when I very first started writing, I was brand new at writing. He was like, hey, I would really like it if you could write a song for the veterans and for their families, because I don't feel like there's really a lot of those songs. So I was like, okay, I'll try, and I had no idea what I was doing. And so I thought about it for a while, and I asked him, I said, I'll tell you what, I had this idea, come to me of, what are you thinking in that moment when you're looking down your scope at somebody and they happen to look up and they see you at the same time? And so I wanted to captivate and capture that moment in my writing of both people at the same time, but one of you is not going to be there at the end. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of a deep concept, really. I mean, if you think about it. And so I started writing the song, and I thought about people that have to deal with whenever the guys come back or family comes back, from being in Iraq or wherever they're at in a war zone, them having PTSD or just their families dealing with them, because it's not just like, yes, it's about them, but it's also about the people that take care of them, kind of. So it's kind of a double.
Yeah.
But anyway, but that was the main point of that song, was to captivate and capture that moment when what they're thinking.
I love that.
Fixing-
So I'm looking at
fixing the
another
temperature.
channel right now to make sure. And on another channel right now, we did grab several because of if you see that Rusty, I'm sure you see what I got scrolling. I wanted them to know this was coming. So you can say it. There's one I say and there's one you say because you're Marine. You can, well, yeah, I should have put
Hoorah.
but I never say the other one. I say huh because of Army. And
Right.
then yeah,
say
I don't ever say the other one quite as well. It's I can't just it's huh. I can do
Hoorah.
Army.
Hoorah! Where you're like, hoorah!
Yeah.
Or just raw for short. Just
Yeah.
raw.
That's not what I say. Can I say what I say?
Say what you
Yeah.
want to say. Yep.
Explicit. Is that okay?
You can't say anything explicit.
Semper fucking fi.
Oh,
That's what we say.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's about right.
That's very Marine of you. Yes.
Yes.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
real.
That
I saw
woke Celeste up. She got startled. Yeah.
There she is. All right, Celeste. Here we go, everybody, with this song right now. Katie Beth Mihm, Dark End of the Gun.
In life we always find the thought crosses your mind. Will you shine or will you go? The end will come before you know. You might think about the past, think about what didn't last. Everything you had. How can people be so bad? The dark end of the gun. How we ride, how we stay. It evens out either way. How we ride, how we stay. At the dark end of the gun. Oh, 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 when the chamber falls into place, all I can see is your face. At the dark end of the gun, how we ride, how we stay. It evens out either way. How we ride, how we stay. At the dark end of the gun, how we ride, how we stay. It evens out either way. How we ride, how we stay. At the dark end of the gun. Oh, 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 oh,
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's quiet, so I will be the one. I heard your voice like that. I was looking in here because I don't have Rusty's pictures when he was serving, so I was trying to grab some pictures of some people that have served. So thank you for that. I can understand, but I think a lot of people can actually to that song because of, well, life. Like there's some things in life that may happen out there. So, it's one of those things that you wonder, like, what is that feeling at the end of that? What do you feel? So it is a question I actually have asked. And it's pretty interesting. On our Wednesday Warriors show, which will be next week, we have a very interesting guest. So, like your music will end up inspiring this person who served many, many years. So keep doing what you're doing. I love your stuff there. And of course, the inspiration behind it there is Rusty and his service by serving in the Marines. Again, I point out because everyone's always like, are you just military? I'm like, no, but I'm everything. I'm about people. It's about good people. That's what I am. Real people and good people. There you go. It's pretty simple, right?
Anybody that lifts up those around them, that's
Mhm.
tribe.
Exactly. And we love it. So, Celeste, oh my goodness, we still have you with us. That's a good thing. We're making sure here. Because you've got another one in here too that says, if I sin for you. So I can guarantee when you said earlier your dad was sitting there and you're writing that other song. Where were you when you were writing this one? If I sin for you,
In the living room.
were you near your dad?
Did your dad start drinking NyQuil?
He was like, who was that song about? Made up. I don't know I haven't dated a guy in 3 years and made up. Girl, my life is boring. I'll just start making boys up so I have something to write about. I like to pretend he's real when I'm on stage though, so I look a little cooler.
Oh, you look a little cooler. I hear you. Well, I think you look adorable, and I think you're very creative. You have a very creative mind, so that's a very lovely thing. I love it. So, Celeste, I have If I Sin for You. What do you want to tell us about that one? Like, is that how long ago did you write it?
I wrote it about a year ago. I was reading this romance series with my mom, and the main character, this is me being very honest right now, y'all. No judgment.
Rusty.
Was this Rusty runs away?
He had to go get the charger, but I found his picture. Look how cute he was.
Oh, look at that. Oh, I love that. Go ahead, Celeste.
The main character was like tall and had dark hair, whatever, and it was like this like back and forth kind of thing that was like kind of toxic, kind of whatever. And like I kind of had a crush on the main character when I was reading the romance main character while I was reading it. So it's like, what if I just write about him and like pretend it's something
Are you
else?
talking about like one of those paperback like romance?
Oh, it's like a fantasy series.
That thing, one of those things. Okay, all right. I love this for you. I actually have not. They usually have like a Fabio or whoever with long hair or something on
Where
that.
in the hell is my NyQuil at?
The one I was it was like a fantasy series, almost like it was kind of like The Hobbit, but with a little bit more romance. The romance wasn't even the lead part in it, but it was the part that caught my attention.
Did you say Hobbit?
No, it wasn't The Hobbit, but it was like The Hobbit.
Romance.
But it had a romance undertone to it, and I picked up on that romance undertone.
Those little bitty people?
No, they were tiny. Oh my god.
Oh, okay. All right.
Were
they doing magic?
That's like a bad word. We don't say little
They were
people. Like
just
that's a thing.
they had like dragons and stuff. right now.
I got
I'm
Katie
scared
over there
too.
Katie's saying we don't say little people. Uncle Rhino's up
Well,
here.
no,
He's saying Hobbit.
that's
It's
actually a real thing. Like
Oh, I
in
know.
Native American culture, we don't say little people because like that's a thing. It's a thing they don't say.
Well, what about
but what happened is Uncle Rhino didn't hear a word. The reason I am laughing is because he said Hobbit. He thinks Celeste is talking about hobbits.
I
Like
love
the-
hobbits.
Yeah, and Uncle Rhino
I'm
thinks
damn sure. I'm going to get my NyQuil. I'll be right back.
I'm trying to help y'all understand. Celeste is talking about a novel that her mother was reading, and it's one of those romance novels. Uncle Rhino thought it was about hobbits. And so he said, those little people. And then Katie speaks up and says, you can't say little people. I'm like, hold on, y'all. We're all talking about hobbits in a romance novel. And I cleared it up.
Would
There we go.
would that be a little romance?
a little romance? Yeah. I'm gonna say, don't feel bad about saying little people. I say half pints.
Yeah, then you know.
Well, actually, that's supposed to be a cute thing. Half pint,
Yeah.
actually. That's an old Southern, like, term for me.
A rap singer would be 25 cents. They'd be 25.
City,
Yeah.
just 25.
Yeah, 25.
There
Yeah.
you go.
See?
All right.
Yeah. Katie, you're going to hell for laughing at me right now. Hell, hell, hell. Yeah.
Fire
Well,
and brimstone, baby.
Yeah.
I am glad we cleared it up so I don't get any messages or anything. So
We're going to get them anyway. Load them up. We're going to get them
I don't
anyway.
pay attention. While we're in here, I do. But so Celeste is If I Send For You. And this came from a romance novel character out of a book. And
But
you're like,
Real man.
yes, about the man. So we're going to listen to this song by Celeste Marie Wilson. It's from the romance novel, and a man, not a hobbit. And
He's full size.
flowy man. Yeah, there you go. And it is If I Send For You by Celeste Marie Wilson. Here we go.
He smelled like the crisp air and apples from a tree. He'd pray beside me, on his knees by my feet. Though he is serpent, and I may be Eve, to live is to sin, babe, if you wish to be free. Oh, I'm begging you, you've been too good to me. I am all you want, you're all I need, baby. I fight for you, tangled in your sheets. If I sin for you, will you pray for me? If I sin for you. He was bottled moonlight, raven hair, eyes and knife, kept me up to the sunrise, held me tight, lips on night, hands on thighs. I was his conviction, like a moth to the flame, destroyed my reputation, lost my shame, take the blame, play the game. Oh, I'm begging you, you've been too good to me. I am all you want, you're all I need, baby. I fight for you, tangled in your sheets. If I smell.
Celeste. That song is a very adult song.
And we're gonna have to take your books away.
Oh my gosh, don't even.
I love it. I actually really do love it. I love that song. I was watching and I caught myself because I'm engaging with our audience over on another channel. It's actually Instagram, so I have to go back and forth. And so I was watching myself. Y'all probably can think that you're looking at me like that, and I saw me in the thing like I'm just grooving to your music. So it was really good. I like it. I like it, Celeste. But I started listening to those words. I was like, ooh, that romance novel must have had a they taught you some stuff.
I'm like, why am I saying that? Words go back in my mouth. And then
Hey, I like it. So I think it's a good song. Katie, what do you think? We're mamas. What do you say, Katie?
Oh, my mama heart right now.
My mama heart.
I knew she was gonna say
Yeah.
that.
So me and Celeste are good friends, and me and her mama are good friends. And I remember turning and looking at her mom at some point during springboard, and I said, "Well, ma'am," and she just started laughing, and she's like, "I know," you know. It's hard to we have a daughter that's almost as old as Celeste, so it's kind of like I get it, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, we love you, Celeste. You're doing awesome. The lyrics of that song are really great. They're fire. She's kind of wrote them in a metered way, you know, where it gets stuck in your head, you know, and
Right.
everything. But she's a great writer. She always looks younger than she is, so I have to remind myself how old she is so that I know it's okay. She's singing those songs. Like,
Right. That's why I asked. I was like, I'm gonna ask this before I play.
I think I told her once at Springboard I was going to buy her a Bible.
no. So what it was is I told her mama whenever she sang one of her songs, I can't remember which song it was, but she sang her song and I turned and I looked at her mom and I was just joking with her, but I was like, well, you know, I had seen a meme a long time ago that said something like Santa has seen your Instagram or your
getting a Bible
Facebook
for
and you're getting a
Christmas.
sweater and a Bible for Christmas. Like,
Oh, no.
it was a great song. You did great.
I love it. I love your music, Celeste. Miss Celeste Marie Wilson Music. You can check her out. Celeste Marie Wilson Music.com on her website has everything there. Katie Beth Mihm, and that is M-I-H-M. I want to make sure y'all get that. Katie Beth Mihm, M-I-H-M, for her music. So check every bit of that out tonight here with Two Step Tribe with Uncle Rhino. You've been a lot quieter than normal, Uncle Rhino. I think the week wiped us out.
No, I've been wanting the girls and Rusty to push forward and get more chatter in with them. I wanted to find out when Celeste where you're set to play next, boo.
I'm playing, oh my gosh, this weekend for Cynthia in the, I can't remember.
Texas State Songwriters.
No, it's for
Oh,
fire.
the comedy.
It's for the
No, but it's at Petrolia,
Oh,
the Petrolia
Petrolia's
benefit.
Festival. Yes, you're going to be at the Petrolia's Festival, which is in northern. It's Petrolia. Literally, the location is the town here in Texas, and they are raising funds there for the first responders, doing a lot of good up there. So yes, that is the festival. What you can do is you can go to texasbrewradio.com and you can check out that information there on that website if you'd like to know more about that festival. And that festival is where you'll be playing, Celeste. That's the Petrolia Festival that they've been trying to get another is it an EMT? I think they're trying to get another ambulance up there in that
With
area.
I believe it's a fire truck. They've got to do. They've got an old one. They've got to do a bunch of work to it. So they're just trying to get community support for it. But this thing's blown up and done something really cool. It's really taken off, and all the music community, the indie artists, have all come charging in, as far as Nashville, all the way with Delta Circle, all the way to Savannah, Georgia, right there on the Atlantic coast. I mean, everybody's been sending swag and everything else for auctions to Petrolia. I mean, it's been really, this is what Tribe looks like. People
And
are
that's
sending stuff from Miami. People are sending stuff from Savannah. This is why this show, we feature Texas artists on a regular basis, but not only Texas artists. And this is exactly why a place in Texas needed help. And we've got people from everywhere coming to the answering the call. So that's what this is about. This is beautiful. And Celeste is going to be neck deep in it.
She sure is. Give us an update and I'll get one too. I need to get Texas through their logo and stuff in here. We'll work on getting that through them. Again, I have to always shout out to those who are on right now with us with the show. So shout out to 107.5 The Swamp, who carries every single show, everything they're doing. Heroes Media Group. I do a shout out to Texas Free because they are a tribe, and we will eventually be getting the shows that we do. We'll sync up with them, and we love and had a wonderful time being there and hanging in what they are about too. So we do appreciate everything they're doing there in Petrolia. And I know that I am country when I say that, but I am in Texas. So there.
And the CMA of Texas.
Huh?
And the CMA of Texas.
Oh, well, yes. We'll get into that later too. So the CMA, we got a lot coming up. So this weekend, what Celeste is going to be doing is playing there in that festival. Katie, are you going there too? You're not.
No,
You're going.
We're playing in Big Springs
You said
and New Mexico.
CMA?
No, she's going to Petrolia.
No, she's
To
talking about the
Petrolia.
fest-
Okay.
No,
No,
we can't.
going
We're
to-
already booked up.
We're
that
on
weekend.
tour
Yeah.
Good.
during that time.
Yeah.
So you said something about the songwriter championship. So
Yeah, I thought that's what she was talking about.
right. So that was the day our truck got broken into.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
All my stuff was gone 4 hours before the competition. But yeah, we did the competition and they wound up picking me for radio top pick of the year for female songwriter. So it was a great competition.
Good.
And Celeste was there. Celeste, I cannot remember what you won. I'm sorry, but that I know they were giving away different things, and I'm sure you won something.
I wish I remembered too.
It was NyQuil.
I'm sorry.
bottle of
I do have a
NyQuil.
little bit of cold medicine in my system, and if you ask me a question, I'm not going to remember.
Girlfriend, lay off the sauce.
I needed to stop coughing. I was hacking up a lung this morning. I was like,
This is awesome.
plague.
This might be one of my favorite interviews ever right now. I'm having a
Oh my, every time I do another interview, I get a little bit more wild. My mom's like, I know, you're coming on. I'm like,
Celeste, we got to keep you on a short leash.
Yeah. I like that
I'm
ring,
no
Katie.
leash right now. I'm out here.
Thank you.
but at least you're sweet.
At least I'm sweet. I want to talk about that song.
We're gonna handle it.
I love it. I love it. We do have a lot coming up. So everybody tune in. Next Tuesday night is one of our main nights too, the two-step tribe. We will be releasing a lot of information. We actually have Manny Cabo coming up that Uncle Rhino and I will have on. Manny Cabo, one of Uncle Rhino's friends who you should all tune into. This person, I don't even know a label because they do everything.
Manny is he's well known in the rock world, but Manny actually busted out internationally with his time on The Voice. He is just a beast of an artist. He's incredible, but even more so as a human being, a mentor. He is a brand designer. He is a wicked photographer. Everything he approaches every aspect of life and art as an artist. He is just a super creative person, and he's about lifting up everybody around him. And that sounds like
Tribe.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Want to get you recorded right down. My voice is blown. I have another song in here though that is Katie's actually. Katie, have we played Kick Rocks? I've got Kick Rocks and Kick Rocks too.
There's two of them.
Nah, there should just be one, but
Damn, y'all got any Robbie left?
one of
I
them's
don't
probably
know.
a copy. Just do Kick Rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
All right,
thank you.
All right, so you got Celeste, the If I Send For You, and your Fairy Fruit. I love both your songs. Love having you on, Celeste. Everybody should know this. Celeste actually came on it's a story we do on Wednesdays. We have a lot of deep subject stories, and she just fit right in and talked to the adult that was on that show that was a very deep subject. And she just slid right in there, and you did very well, Celeste. So she could fit really right in there, depending on whatever lane it is. I love that, and that's what our shows are about. Our shows, whether it's songs, whether it's a story of a community, and what it's about for the people of the community. And with Katie Beth Mihm and what you're doing, your last song that we have in here is Kick Rocks. What's up with Kick Rocks?
So Kick Rocks, it was the second song I think I ever wrote. And it was about, I was coming out of a relationship where I was engaged for a few years, and then I wound up getting cheated on right before our wedding. And you know, and then I lost my dad, and so it was just a bad time, you know, in life. And I found out, you know, I'd been chasing this person forever, you know, for their love and affection. And at the end of the day, they didn't really, you know, return the favor. And so that's what Kick Rocks is about. And
Everyone thinks it's about me. It's not.
No, it's not. That was before I met Rusty. But I have a joke in there in the song about washing socks, because he used to always make me wash his socks, and then he'd complain the way I'd wash his socks, you know. So I just did that for fun in the song. So
I'd be cutting them up. No. Literally, he wouldn't have any socks.
right.
Kick Rocks is a song by Katie.
We also
Beth.
have a music video too on Vivo for this.
I bet you that was fun. Katie Beth Mihm, again, Katie Beth, MIHM, Katie Beth Mihm for her music here. She's got a song called Kick Rocks. I'm going to pick the one without the number 2. Kick Rocks.
I thought I had to be the cutest thing you'd ever seen, chase you around this town. But I only looked like a clown. You always made me be the worst version of me. I didn't know you'd hurt me, but now I do. So Kick Rocks, find someone else to wash your socks, baby, I'm over you. So tired of feeling blue, go out and kick rocks. Ooh, 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 ooh. Then one day you see me, babe, how you gonna miss me like you do, like you do. I'll have a diamond on one hand, the other in my mix. Think about how you blew your chance. Go on and kick rocks. Find someone else to wash your socks, baby, I'm over you. So tired of feeling blue, go out and kick rocks. Ooh, 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 ooh. Should've known from your reputation that your heart would be on vacation. So kick on, babe, while you kick rocks. Find someone else to wash your socks, baby, I'm over you. So tired of feeling blue, go out and kick rocks. Find someone else to wash your socks, baby, I'm over you. So tired of feeling blue, go out and kick rocks. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Kick rocks. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Kick rocks. Kick rocks.
I like it. Kick rocks, y'all. Even when she's mad, she sounds sweet.
Mhm.
Right? Her voice doesn't
Cool thing
matter.
about
Like
this song
she'll be
is
mad
we,
and that song will be beautiful.
we played this song at Springboard, not just when we did the live show, but there was a time in the Springboard where they had to get up on stage after all the mentors were talking to have people play some songs. And we played this one. And fun fact, we were told not to bring instruments that day. So I had to borrow Uncle Rhino's guitar. Thank you, sir. And got to jam out to this song on his guitar. So his guitar has played this song.
Ah, there you go. You've been kicking rocks too. There you go.
I was kicking back while they were kicking rock, so that's how that worked. Yeah.
It's a very catchy song, you know.
I
So
like it
good.
actually.
Thank you.
Even with the whole back whoever we don't care about, I like just the kicking rocks. Actually, like that used to be fun for me. Like skipping rocks, kicking rocks. I was like, actually,
Well, they're a very destructive couple. I mean, she's kicking rocks, he's throwing eggs. You can't have nice things ever.
True story.
Yeah.
well, I actually really do love it. I love your music as well, Celeste. Of course, Celeste Marie Wilson. We hope that you get to feeling better. My voice will come back. Katie Beth and Rusty Mihm about to go back on the road again. Uncle Rhino, we've got a lot coming up. You know, we should say thank you and that we're grateful for all of the people who attended, not only Springboard, who then we said follow us up to Arlington. Trust me a little bit here. Even with Uncle Rhino, I had to say, trust me just a little bit here. I promise you, one of those will be beneficial for Tribe to be able to be in the same area, the same room, and get everybody together. And I love that part. So we were able to get a lot of people together in one area, and we were able to pull off so far, I would say 4 working projects that I believe are going to come to fruition in a great way for Tribe. Wouldn't you say, Florina?
Well, yeah, this weekend is the big super collab that we've got coming up, which is we're super stoked. It involves I'm thinking it's looking like we may have had Sundance step in to join us. I'm waiting to see how that's going to work, but we've got Silent Sounds, the hip hop producer from Chicago, Grammy nominee. We've got Bree Carter coming in. We've got the Leaf Shively band rapping around us. You've got Howard County.
Is this a festival, or are we talking about?
No, we're talking about this one song, recording this super collab.
Yes.
And Jesse Roach. We've got Jesse, and then yours truly. I'll be on the tracks with them. So we're gonna be taking it to the house, and it's a little something we've got called Change It, something that we're really proud of. And this is what we all talk about all the time, and then we're gonna lay it down to a groove that'll shake the house.
Well, that I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So next week we've got Manny, and then we are doing reviews on Leaf Shively actually next week with Kristen. So we will come at you on late night show. That's a late night show on a Wednesday. Our Wednesday Warriors is our usual show, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Tuesday Tribe. Next Tuesday's Manny the Voice Cabo. Phenomenal singer, speaker. He does so much. Is it The Voice? You said The Voice, right? The show.
Yes.
Okay.
But he's been a part of so many incredible, massive things.
Yes.
He's constantly doing some major tours. They did the Wizards of Winter tour, which was amazing. Just they played all these incredible historic theaters all across the Midwest and the Northeast, and it looked like something from a movie. And they were just going and putting on these killer rock shows. And I mean, it was, if you're into live music, Manny Cabo, check him out. He's worth it, and he's a beautiful human being. Once again, you're going to see that's a common denominator with everyone that we're featuring and showing off, because they're phenomenal talents, just like you guys, but their humanity was not surpassed by their talent. It kept up with it. And that's something that's so often just kind of neglected.
No, I love that. I love everything that's going on with Tribe, everything you're doing, Celeste Wilson, everything you're doing, Katie, Beth, and Rusty Mihm. Check out their music. I want to see if Katie can hear this song. Katie, if you were able to hear the songs a moment ago, were you able to?
Yes,
Were you able
ma'am.
to hear those? So you asked me something on Four I Know, if there was a way to see that. I'm watching the time here. Let's see if Katie can hear this. This is a song that someone said that Katie Beth needs to hear. And we'll let you know more about where the song is or anything about it on back channel.
This Johnny and June?
How do you love like Johnny and June? This is a song that someone wrote that I'm supposed to let Katie Beth hear. So let's see if Katie Beth can hear this.
In a small town where deep love withstands the pain, through the highs and the deepest lows, how do we love when the whole world goes? I've read their stories, heard the songs, a love that lasted, stayed so strong. When the nights are cold and days are dark, how do we keep that kind of spark? Tell me how to love like Johnny and June, through the fire and the typhoon. When the chords of life seem to break, how do you mend every mistake? In a world that spins out of control, how do you keep hold of your soul? Like a circle, unbroken and true. Tell me, is there a way through? Mama says it's patience and grace, a touch, a glance, a simple embrace. When shadows overtake the light, how do we keep it burning bright? Tell me how to love like Johnny and June, through the fire and the typhoon. When the chords of life seem to break, how do you mend every mistake?
There, we wanted to make sure Miss Katie Beth Mihm could hear some of that. That was brought up multiple times Mr. Uncle Rhino here, I think, brought it up to a few people at the awards, and I've had a few come up and say, "Can you tell us about that song? We don't know who wrote it," and so we will talk to several people about it. But look at the doggy. I just did
It's
this.
close.
We know who wrote it. We know who wrote it, and we have the publishing company in place now where that will be published out of. So
I
yeah,
guarantee I recognize that voice and I know who did it.
Okay,
Yes,
well,
ma'am.
it's me. It's How Do You Love Like Johnny and June. It was written on Valentine's Day. I did write it, and if you listen to it, the compilation of their trial of a relationship into marriage, Johnny Cash to June Carter. My grandmother was with Johnny Cash there for a while, so I have a history in all of that. And I started thinking about it on Valentine's, and I was like, you know what? If all of that can happen, how can we get this all going throughout the world? And how do we love like they did? Because there was a true love there. So yes, that is a true story. That we will add to that. And Uncle Rhino, as he mentioned, right there in the, usually I have him on the right side, so it sticks above his head in the big green sign. His room's usually all lit up green. Tonight we're mellow. But Star Spangled Bangers and Tribe is right there by Uncle Rhino's head. And that is where that will come out of. Star Spangled Bangers. There's his sign. There it is. You're glowing. Now you're glowing. With Two-Step Tribe. How Do You Love Like Johnny and June? So Uncle Rhino thought about that needs to be a duet, and that it needs to be a voice, a very feminine, soft voice, and a duet. So that is why I believe you're asking me, Uncle Rhino, about Katie Beth. Am I right?
she's perfect for it. And Katie and I were talking in private about a direction of something, and it was her idea, it wasn't mine. And it just so happened that the two separate conversations we'd had in separate places collided on a phone call. And when that happens, I just said, "Hey, that's cool. You want to check something out? If it works, cool. If it doesn't work, cool."
Yeah.
But that's what we do, you know. We give each other all the options. Life, there's no such thing as safety. There's no such thing as true security. All you have are people with options and people without options.
That's true. Celeste, how did you like the song? Do you like that song?
I really liked it.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. It's very, very sweet though. So, I'm one end of the other spectrum. Literally, I just did literally with Dirk. His name is Dirk. It's Kirk, by the way. His name's Kirk.
Kirk, yep.
Yeah, when
Kirk
he
Howe.
called last night, and I was like not ready to write any kind of music at all. And then by the time I was listening, he kept saying the words like he's an in-between person, like creative will hit. And he's like, I got to stop. I got to go do a song. And I'm like, oh my God, that is what Uncle Rhino says I do. Because I was so tired. And then all of a sudden he'd do this. And I was like, that's what Uncle Rhino says I do. So
Squirrel.
I said you were going to say that. Don't say that word. I said he
Squirrel.
says that about me because I'm like, oh, I got to stop. I got to like go write this stuff down for a song. And so I said, I guarantee he's going to do that to you. And he started more into, it's called In Between. And before you knew it, there's a whole song now called In Between the Sheets. So that we'll let Kirk take that one. I said, here you go. Just take it and do something with that. So I probably felt like Celeste there. I was so tired, literally, from everything we had done. I was just at the end of it. But Uncle Rhino, you were working on quite a bit, literally, while we were up there. And I was like on the other side working on different things. So I can't wait for everything that is going to transpire, everything we've got coming here with not only just you, the whole tribe, putting you in the studio. And I am supposed to give you the message nonstop. I'm not kidding. Get that man on the stage. So get the
It's
man
coming.
on the stage. Yes.
I'm actually going to do an event with our dear friend. Everyone here I don't know. I think Celeste might have met him. Our beautiful friend and brother, Bad Boy Leroy. I think he's got an event coming up in May in a little town called Lufkin, Texas. And the place, they're already selling tickets, and I think we're going to slam pack it out. And we're going to, apologies in advance if the roof flies off because it's coming.
Is that around May 17th?
Yeah, don't make me start lying. I'm gonna pretend I had NyQuil.
I'll get in touch with you. Something. That's who's trying to take the Johnny and June. He's begging. He's like, please go in and just sing one song. And I said, I got to be careful my vocal cord. But so you've got that coming up, Uncle Rhino. But we also have something coming up in Nashville, May 17th. Yeah. So we'll have to check our dates here. There's a pretty big event. So I will get that coordinated too, because I would like for you to be there. But Katie Beth and Rusty Mihm and Little Dog Mihm here on the show. There, look at that. Oh, so
she goes on tour with us. Both of our dogs, my blue heeler and Chloe, goes on.
Oh, my boxer would be all over the place. So no way my boxer could go on tour anywhere.
What is that?
It's her dog.
That is a dog?
Yeah.
She's a Chihuahua and a Shih Tzu mix.
She's a Chihuahua.
No, I got you. You had me with healer, and then that sweet. I didn't know what that was. Yeah.
Yes. So, fun fact: this is actually my husband's dog when we got married, and the blue heeler's mine because I'm a real cowgirl. So.
It was my daughter's dog, not mine.
Oh, it's one of them dad inherited deals.
Now it's Katie Beth's dog. She won't leave her side.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I didn't know what it was. There's people that order things through Amazon that come from New Guinea now that look like, I didn't know what that was.
It's a mogwai if you put water on her at night.
Don't do it. I saw the movie. Don't do it.
I forgot all about that movie, y'all. Oh, Gremlins. Oh my
She
gosh.
always runs around the house with this crazy big wild hair, so we call her Tina, like Tina Turner.
Oh yeah.
We'll be like, hey Tina, Yeah, she's fun.
Big Wheels.
Celeste, have you seen Gremlins?
The movie.
Yeah, it's a historical document. You should watch it.
I'm gonna ask my kid.
Is it that historical?
Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty crazy.
Watch it.
George Washington's in it or something.
Yeah, it's well, I don't know. There might be one of the gremlins might be dressed like George Washington. I don't know, but it was definitely, what was there? There were 2 of them or 3 of them. How many did they make?
I have no idea.
Three, I think. 3 of them.
They did. Yeah, you got it.
You remember the Furbies?
I do, but I wish I did. They gave me nightmares.
They looked like Furbies.
Oh.
Yes. And there was one that was a little nice one. I didn't grow up with TV, so like later on in life, I'll have to ask my kiddo Cash if he knows about Gremlins too, Celeste. I'll see if he knows it.
Well, I know about it, but I'm not a big movie person. I have a hard time still for anything. I'm like never mind, I'm going to keep that in my head. But it's like I'm always running as fast as I can. And if I'm sitting down for too long, like 2 hours of me sitting perfectly still, y'all aren't going to get that from me. I better hear the movie.
Well, I love it. I think we're going to close out. I want you all to stand by with Katie Beth and Rusty Mihm here. Katie Beth, Mihm, M-I-H-M. Check out the music. Put it on a playlist. Celeste Marie Wilson, please check out her music. Put it on a playlist. That's the very least. I am Tracy, and yes, it's in third person right now, but this is going to be on the radio. So, Tracy Two-Step, check us out. Two-Step Tribe by Patriots Inside the Wire Productions with Uncle Rhino, as always, on all of our shows and to all of our tribe. We can't do this without you, and we have a lot of music coming, festivals, and a very big announcement that we can't wait to share with you about the CMAs. By the way, I keep looking to the side, everyone, because someone has put together a reel of the whole week of being out of town And I keep seeing my picture, and I'm like, wait a minute, somebody did a massive reel, and like a ton of pictures. And I think it's on TikTok or it's somewhere, and it keeps popping up. And I'm like, how did all those pictures get on the internet of me? I've been so tired, y'all, that I haven't even done my own stuff online. So thank you for joining us tonight. Have a great time back on the road. Take care of yourself, please. Celeste, get some rest. Not too much NyQuil. Get some rest. Uncle Rhino, I'll be checking in with you. Tune in next Tuesday night again. We've got a lot coming for you. Hold on and stand by as we roll this for you. One moment on Two-Step Tribe.
This has been a Patriots Inside the Wire production. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Two-Step Tribe, where you, the viewer, are always the rock star of this show. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and share. We cannot do this without you. Your uncle says so, and you are loved and appreciated. Sergeant Two-Step, sign us out. Let's load up.